Speaking from personal experience, I've often used films to break the ice with strangers. People enjoy discussing their favorite films and why some worked for them or not. That's why I find it hard to disagree with cultural geographer Chris Lukenbill, who noted that film and television act as maps for the social, cultural, and geopolitical imaginaries of everyday life. Using Antonio Gramsci's theory of hegemony, cinema as a soft power tool promotes human global leadership by shaping societal norms to justify the existing order as natural and beneficial, reinforcing the rules-based order paradigm and supporting US cultural and military dominance. Hollywood plays a key role in US public diplomacy, despite lacking formal legislative or institutional formalization. American cinema subtly impacts foreign audiences through film and TV programs, creating emotional resonance that bypasses rational thinking and psychological defenses against propaganda. Combining entertainment spectacle with advanced technology, US films relax viewers' minds and weaken critical thinking. The silver screen functions as a potent weapon in geopolitics, transforming each scene into a battleground for influencing perceptions, beliefs, and foreign policy decisions. Geopolitical opponents and political dissenters are often portrayed as villains in American cinematography, notably from Eastern European countries such as Russians or Serbs in the Balkans. This reinforces narratives that favor US geopolitical goals and justify corresponding measures. Hollywood movies can be used in a range of geopolitical contexts such as conflict, humanitarianism, and what has been called warrior politics, especially through films involving military intelligence agency assistance and financing. The US Department of Defense collaborates closely with the Dream Factory, providing tips and props to enhance authenticity and reduce production costs. In return, films often portray the US Army positively for recruitment appeal. The Pentagon can influence films by requesting scenario changes outlined in agreements, overseeing adherence to scripts through technical advisors, and reviewing screenings for compliance. They also hold authority to restrict military information or deny access, potentially halting film releases and causing significant financial impact. Films like Captain America Civil War, 007, and Mission Impossible Rogue Nation reflect US global leadership, showcasing protagonists who operate without accountability, echoing critiques of NATO and US military actions. These movies argue that constraining the good guys jeopardizes global stability despite their imperfections. In Man of Steel, supported by the US Department of Defense, Superman commits his first murder, aligning him with the actions of American soldiers, implying that lethal force can be justified for the greater good. Film settings shift geopolitically from Western Europe to Central and Eastern Europe. Marvel's fictional Republic of Sokovia in Eastern Europe is a lens that reflects American perceptions of contemporary threats, echoing Cold War tensions. Eastern European cities in films are often depicted as grotesquely shabby, as seen in Quantum of Solace, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, and Black Widow. Countries like Belarus, Ukraine, and Russia are frequently associated with chemical, biological, and nuclear weapons, while Balkan countries are depicted with human rights violations, drug trade, and cruel law enforcement, setting the stage for future political decisions. History is often rewritten in films, highlighting the roles of the US and Britain in the Second World War while diminishing the USSR's contribution. The Chernobyl disaster, exaggerated in Transformers 3, reinforced negative stereotypes of the Soviet Union. Stereotypical depictions of Eastern European men as drunk and aggressive, and women as overly sexualized and objectified remain prevalent. Hollywood has continued to perpetuate the stereotypes of Serbs as terrorists and war criminals, even though no such acts have been substantiated. The breakup of Yugoslavia thrust the Balkan region into Hollywood spotlight, aligning with Western geopolitical narratives towards regional disagreements and lack of compliance in their foreign policies. Serbs became cinematic villains, exemplified by Nicolas Cage disarming a bomb sent by Bosnian Serb in The Rock, and George Clooney chasing a Bosnian Serb with a nuclear warhead in The Peacemaker. In popular culture, villains frequently act as geopolitical mirrors, reflecting society anxieties and providing justification for the distribution of power around the world through fantastical stories and exaggerated characters. This informational video had Eastern Europe in focus. However, there are numerous other regions and nations that also haven't escaped this narrative.